Welcome back to some League of Augsburg Wargaming action. I wrote March of Eagles several years ago, and the rules were included in Victrix box sets of plastic Napoleonics for quite some time. Maybe they still are. The rules were created for fast, fun and decisive Napoleonic gaming on modest-sized tables. This video is part 1 of a March of Eagles game and details the scenario, the setup and the forces. Part 2 has some of the gaming action. You may recognise the terrain. It's a slice of the battlefield at Waterloo. The scenario involves 240 points per side, excluding 12 characters. Each side has an identical parcel of characters distributed across the units. 4 drummers, 4 sergeants, 1 officer, 1 ensign, 1 sharpshooter and 1 hero. This will help things along and add some flavour. The table is 5 feet by 5 feet. For Napoleonic gaming, this is compact, but as you'll see, we'll get a cracking game out of it. Let's have a look at the forces first. The Allies have 9 units. I've chosen these from the order of battle, and each is roughly where it stood on the day. In a forward position is the Dutch 27th Jaeger Battalion with 16 models. It is split between the orchard at La Haissant and the open ground below Bylant's Brigade. Attached is a sergeant. They are rated drilled. In the farm is a contingent of 12 King's German Legion infantry, also rated drilled. On the Allied right behind the farm is the 1st King's German Legion Light Battalion, rated drilled. It has a sergeant and a bugler and is equipped with rifles. At 80 points, it's the most expensive Allied unit. The main infantry force is part of Major General Graaf van Bylant's Brigade. The 7th Belgian Line Battalion has 24 models, plus an officer and a drummer. The 8th Dutch Militia Battalion also has 24 models, plus a sergeant and a drummer. Both are rated green or raw. There are 2 British infantry units in the force, 8 riflemen from the 95th, veterans with Baker rifles, and attached they have a hero and a sharpshooter. I wonder what their names might be. Finally, in reserve are the 92nd or Gordon Highlanders. They were roughly handled at Quatre Bras 2 days before, and many sources say that they were reluctant on the day. They have been rated drilled. There are 24 of them with 3 characters, an ensign, a drummer and a sergeant. To complete the lineup, I'm breaking my own rules. Usually only 1 artillery piece is permitted in each force, but Waterloo is a singular occasion, and so the Allies have got 2 6-pounder Royal Horse artillery guns from D Troop under Major Bean. In the English-speaking world, Waterloo is appropriated as a British victory. I wanted this force to be proportionate relative to the various contingents of the whole army. The British, therefore, constitute just shy of 1/3 of the total. The majority are Belgians, Dutch and Germans. The attacking French force is based on the 2nd Infantry Division of d'Erlon's 1st Corps under Donzelot. This consists of 8 battalions and 2 brigades covered by a screen of 12 skirmishers. These are assumed to be detached from the various battalions. For aesthetic purposes, I've used between 32 and 36 models in each battalion, but in gaming terms, every battalion has either 24 or 32 models. On the right is the 3 battalion 51 de Ligne, or 51st Line Regiment. Its 1st battalion is drilled, the 2nd is green with a sergeant, and the 3rd is green with an ensign and a sergeant. In the centre is the 17e de Ligne, or 17th Line Regiment with 2 battalions. Its 1st battalion is veteran with an officer and drummer attached. Its 2nd is drilled with a sergeant and a drummer. On the left is the strong 13e Léger, or 13th Light Regiment. Its 1st battalion is veteran with a hero and a drummer attached. Its 2nd is drilled with a drummer and a sharpshooter, and its 3rd is drilled with a sergeant. Having detailed the 2 forces, an explanation of the game's objectives will almost complete the pre-game briefing. The French must capture and hold the vital crossroads by the end of turn 8. Easy to say, but this is what Napoleon's army failed to achieve on June the 18th, 1815. The only dice type you need for March of Eagles is a D6. After initiative is established, units activate alternately. Players can pass if they do not want to activate a unit. The quality of a unit: green, drilled, veteran or guard, dictates the ease with which it will activate. Guards activate on anything but a 1, green troops require a 5 or a 6. We will follow the progress of the action in part 2. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the League of Augsburg channel for more wargaming action.